Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Elmira Hinton. I run the Nurse Led Transformational Coaching Program. I have been a registered nurse for over 40 years, and I'm also a master hypnotist. In this series of programs, I'm going to share with you at least a dozen tips to avoid the weight gain over the holidays. Okay? If you have questions, be sure and send them to me. I'll be happy to talk to you. First tip for surviving the holidays so you don't get that extra 10 or 20 pounds that's so popular from Thanksgiving to New Year's. Set realistic goals. Be sure, don't tell yourself, I'm going to lose weight over the holidays or I'm not going to gain any weight over the holidays. Because truth be told, there is more likely that you will gain 1 or 2 pounds over the holidays. Stories have been told that people can gain as much as 20 pounds over the holiday. But set realistic goals of maintaining your weight over the holidays or very limited weight gain over the holidays. And the tips I'm going to give to you can really support you in making that goal a reality. Okay. Tip number 2, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. So very important that you drink your water. And I'm not talking about coffee. I'm not talking about juices, things like that. I'm talking about just pure, unadulterated water. The only thing that I would say in the mornings would be if you could drink lukewarm or room temperature lemon, obviously, the clearer, better, and more water. And why do I say the lemon? The lemon is acidic and will help get rid of the bits of food that are left in the digestive tract from the previous day's eating. So drinking lemon water in the morning can really help support flushing that digestive tract, increase your energy, increase your collagen production. Believe it or not, citric acid can really support that. So beginning your morning with hydration. So get your 8 to 12 ounces of water first thing in the morning. Then go ahead and have your warm beverage if you like, your coffee, your tea, whatever else. But make sure you start the morning with some water, if not eating some lemon water. And then throughout the day, carry something with you so that there's no excuse for you not to have a beverage with you to stay hydrated. Commit to drinking at standard 6 to 8 cups of water. If you sweat and you exercise or work out, you might need more than that. And the clearest opportunity to that is how clear is your urine? Obviously, the clearer, the better hydrated you are. Are you feeling thirsty? Are your lips dry? Things like that. But just shoot for that goal of 6 to 8 ounces of water eight times a day. Okay. I would really try to avoid drinking while you're eating. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on here in these tips. Next tip, if you're going to a party or some kind of festive event, eat before you go. I know that sounds so contradictory because you want to get there, you want to eat what the host has for you. But if you let yourself get too hungry, you may not make good choices. So I would suggest to you to have a protein and some fat before you go. You think, my goodness, isn't that going to cause me to gain weight? It promotes satiety. Protein and fat will help calm down that need to want to eat. It'll help you feel full a lot faster, getting a little protein and a little fat in. Some people would go to an apple or grapes or something like that, but I would say get a little protein and fat in, and that will help keep you full. Okay. So eat before you go so that you can make good food choices when you get there and not feel so starved or so ravenous that you want to just eat anything and everything that's given to you. Okay. Fourth tip, practice mindful eating. Now, I know that sounds very, oh, I don't know, cliche or up to date or whatever, just a snappy saying to say, eat mindfully. What that means is take your time when you're eating. Eat every bite. Taste what you're eating. Does it have garlic? Does it taste sweet? Does it taste savory? Be able to identify what you're eating. So you got to put some food in your mouth, chew it, mindfully with the thought of I'm chewing my food and I'm tasting my food and I'm enjoying my food. Put that fork or that utensil down while you're eating. Clear your mouth totally before you take your next bite. The other thing that mindful eating means is trying to eat not distracted. Don't sit in front of the TV while you're eating so that you're not paying attention to your food. Yes, you might be eating with other guests, and you'll need to take other strategies to make sure that you don't overeat then, but have conversations, set your plate up, make sure that you have what you want to eat and eat that food, okay? I would suggest, encourage you, and I know sometimes during these holidays or these meals that you have with friends, not intaking a lot of fluid at that time. Okay. You think, why not? Now help me digest my food. Actually, it won't. Your stomach has everything it needs to digest the food. The acidity is there. So if you drink something like sodas actually with the carbonation will stretch your stomach so that you take in more food. They're also that's liquid calories also that you're taking in. But just eat your food. Just save the room for your food. Because if you drink and then you might feel artificially full and you've not taken in all the nutrients that you want to take in. So really limit how much you drink while you're eating so that you take in all the food that you want to eat, particularly those vegetables. That roughage can take up a lot of space. So try your hydration or your drinking before your meal and maybe an hour or so after the meal, and just enjoy the food that you're eating during the meal and not so much drinking 2 or 3 glasses of soda, tea, or whatever. Just take in the food and enjoy the food and allow your stomach to perform the digestion. Portion control. Now, this will go along with if you're eating with other people, you might want to look at some portion control because during those conversations that you might be having, you might wind up eating more than you really intended. So that comes with setting your plate up properly and the right side. Now, I know if you're out at a restaurant or something, you're not going to be able to, you may not be able to ask for a smaller plate. But if you're in someone's home, you might be able to ask for something like a 6 or 8-inch plate instead of a 12-inch plate or something like that, where you have so much food on it. But just take what you think good servings are, making sure that you have everything and your plate is nice and colorful, and sit down with your food. Again, being mindful of what you're taking, being mindful of those portions, and controlling those portion sizes. The other thing is prioritize. This is suggestion number 6. Prioritize protein and vegetables. That's where all your nutrients, all your really good nutrients are. The kinks, or I should say, maybe the rolls, the crackers, the breads, the things like that, the macaroni and cheese, the spaghetti, stuff like that, doesn't necessarily have all those, isn't nutrient dense. Get that protein size, whether you're having turkey or whether you're having chicken or you're having beef or whatever. Make sure you get that because that protein will have the protein and the fat. And remember, that provokes your feeling full, and make sure you get a good, healthy servings of vegetables. Now, sometimes for me, I like to be sure that I might have raw vegetables for lunch and cooked vegetables for dinner. And you might want to mix that up, but be sure and get yourself a nice, good, healthy, colorful plate of vegetables and your protein, and then leave the other things. If you want the roll, maybe cut it in half. Or if you want the cornbread, maybe take half a serving of that because there's not a lot of nutrients in there. It'll mainly come from your vegetables and your protein. So fill your plate with those first. Limit sugary, high carb drinks. Okay. Again, that goes back to the sodas. Even diet soda that's full of things that have no nutritional value there whatsoever. So get your water out. If you want to have tea, you like plain tea, the better. Obviously, you won't have all that sugar in it. If you're going to do lemonade, you might want to do a half or a third glass of lemonade and fill the rest with water so that you get it flavored. Or to use a tea. There's so many distinctive tea flavors out there these days. There's peppermints and there's fruity teas, things like that. Maybe brewing some tea and mixing it in with a sugary drink like lemonade, like again, a third of a glass of lemonade, and then fill it rest with that tea if you're someone that really wants to have something really flavorful to drink. And then that way it cuts down on the sugar, but you still get something good to drink and that you feel satisfied with. So just be very careful, very mindful about the number of cans of soda or bottles of soda that you take in, because those are just empty calories and the diet soda is no better. It doesn't have anything nutritious for you in it, and you're just drinking stuff, and the actual carbonation will actually stretch your stomach, and the carbonation and the other chemicals that are in diet drinks have really no benefit for you at all and can actually do things to make your bones weaker. Okay. So think about that. Tip number 8, be selective with your treats. I call it be picky. Be very picky about your treats. Think about, oh, I really want a slice of that pumpkin pie or that sweet potato pie or that apple pie. If that's something that you really want, your time with family and over this holiday season, you feel like you'll be deprived if you don't have it, or that chocolate cake, or what is it, then that red velvet cake seems so special. Go ahead and have this slice. If you want to, maybe cut the serving in half if you want to have, a couple of them, but be very picky, be selective about it. I like cake, but I like to take the frosting off because it winds up being too sugary for me. If you want to have ice cream with your pie, you might want to look at again controlling that portion size. Just be picky. Just think about, I want to come through this as healthy as I possibly can, and maybe cutting that serving size in half or being very selective. What do you think is really going to taste good to you and really satisfy you? So look at those desserts and be very discerning about what dessert you're going to select. Think about it as a long-term relationship, what you really want to have for dessert, okay? And stick with that. So just be very selective about those treats. Number 9, what's going to come to this sometimes? Activity. Now, if you've committed to work out 3 or 4 days a week and Thanksgiving's going to be your day off, or you won't be going to the gym or something like that, look at opportunities to increase your activity. Maybe you go out for a walk with the family, or you take the family dog out for a walk, or you go out in the yard and maybe rake some leaves. I know that sounds crazy, but that would be a good way to increase your activity. Don't forget, parking as far away from the grocery store door or the restaurant door as you can, so that you can get those extra steps in. Little tricks like that to increase the amount of activity that you have and while you're out during your shopping. I also recommend taking a lap around the grocery store before you start shopping to increase those numbers of steps. If you haven't already, be sure you have a count of how many steps you're taking each day. Now, way back in the Healthy People 2000 time, they were suggesting 10,000 steps a day. That was ideal to help keep away disease and increase your activity. They really found that as few as 7,000 steps a day can be just as helpful as that 10,000. But you need to know where you're at. Maybe you're only taking 2 or 3,000 steps a day. And maybe you need to look at how you can increase that on a daily basis to get to that 7,000. But look at that activity. Make sure you get out and take your steps around the house or outside or to a park or something to increase your movement over the holidays. Because remember, that movement lubricates those joints and it'll keep you moving and keep you healthy. So very important. Maybe even look at jumping rope, skipping, things like that. Go out and have some fun with the kids, but stay active over the holidays. Don't allow that time to be something where you're going to sit around, eat food, and that's where the weight really piles on, okay? The other part of that, the opposite side, suggestion number 10, is getting enough sleep. Sometimes over the holidays, we get so active and so busy cleaning the house or shopping or traveling that we forget to get our rest. Getting that good rest is so important because it's when your body is quiet like that, when you're sleeping, is when you actually do your repairs and when you actually lose weight, okay? I know it's crazy, but actually when you're sleeping, it's that opportune time that your digestive system is quiet and allows your body to really process all that food or all that activity and takes the opportunity for weight loss, okay? So that was number 10. One more. Number 11, manage your stress. Sometimes to say no to some things so that you can say yes to being healthy and happy. Okay. Manage your stress. If you know you're going to go into a stressful situation, think about how you can manage that situation so that it's not stressful. So the first part of that is identifying what might be stressful to you and then thinking of ways that you can manage that stress that doesn't cause you to overeat, overindulge in sweet, or maybe have you intake too much alcohol. Manage that stress. Just say, I need to take care of me. And either maybe I'm not going to have that conversation with that family member, or maybe I'm not going to go to this one particular session because I know it's just going to stress me out. Make sure that you identify those stressors and avoid them or have a plan in place to manage them so that they don't put you in a place where you don't want to be or cause you to make poor choices when you're eating. Okay. Number 12, plan for a post holiday detox. Okay. Now, on January 6th, I'm actually offering a post holiday detox. Okay. So it'll be after Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, all those different holidays that are between now and then, New Year's, Christmas, everything, a post holiday detox. Okay. An opportunity to really reset yourself back into those good eating habits, exercise habits, and food choices. Okay. This detox that I will be hosting that will start January 6th will be a week. So actually the Sunday before or the Saturday before when you start getting those groceries or things in so that you can be successful over the 5 days that you'll actually be actively doing the detox and eating the foods, and then a couple of days to come out of the detox, okay? This detox that I'm going to be hosting on January 6th of 2025 will be no dairy, no gluten, and no sugar, but it's a whole foods diet, okay? You're going to be able to eat fresh fruits and vegetables and easy to digest meats like chicken and fish, easy to digest proteins. So we're also going to try and avoid beef and turkey, okay? We're going to just do easy things for our digestion, seafoods and chicken and turkey and things like that. And you'll have opportunity, obviously, for all the good natural occurring fruits and vegetables. It's a whole foods diet, okay? For a whole 5 days. So you're going to plan for a day or two, and then you're going to take a day or two at the end to reintroduce certain foods that you want back into your life again. So it's a 1 week detox, no dairy, no gluten, no sugar for that week, okay? And plan for that. Just plan for that. I won't be opening the doors to register for the detox until closer to the end, right after Christmas. But plan for that, okay? Take the tips that we just talked about, take a few of those, make sure you can put those things in place. And I'll give you one more bonus tip to get ready for 2025, really to start now to making your health as good as it could possibly be. And that is intermittent fasting. Okay. I know you've probably heard a lot of people talk about fasting for this or fasting for that. What does that really mean? I would strongly suggest two types of fast. If you can't do one, maybe you can do the other. And you know your body, you know what meds that you're taking. This is just a suggestion. You know what's best for you. But one fast that I encourage people that I work with to carry out is an overnight fast, because that means you're sleeping during most of the fasting time. To pick a time in the evening, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and just say, I'm done eating. Okay. I don't eat after 8 o'clock. Okay, but you still stay hydrated. You still drink the water or decaffeinated tea. You still have those things because you want to stay hydrated. And forbid, we don't want to get dehydrated when you're fasting. And you know what medications you're taking and things like that and whether or not you can do this. But so no food after 8 o'clock at night. Okay. You're going to still drink your water and stay hydrated, and you won't break your fast. Remember, that's what breakfast is, breaking your fast. You won't do that until 12 hours later, which would be 8 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully, for a majority of the fast, you'll be asleep and you'll do 12 hours of fasting. Okay. It's not cheating because you're asleep. Your digestive system will thank you for it. It won't be processing any food. It'll just be quiet and just your liver won't be processing anything. Your pancreas won't be producing any insulin. You'll just let your digestive system rest for those 12 hours. and while you're sleeping. He see huge benefits with that for taking this 12-hour fast. Now, if that isn't something that you could do for whatever reason, maybe look at no eating between meals. You get up in the morning at 8 o'clock and see if you don't take in anything for 4 to 5 hours. So no snacking from breakfast to lunch or from lunch to dinner. What you'll do is you'll eat your breakfast. I really encourage breakfast that has a protein and fat in it. I really discourage the eating of breads and cereals, dry cereal, hot cereal. Just get some protein, get some fat. It'll hold you a lot longer. Make sure that you're drinking your fluids, your waters, your teas or whatnot, and go for at least 4 to 5 hours before your next meal. That way you've eaten, you let your body digest it, and you give your digestive system a rest, okay? And do that in between every meal. So nothing in between meals. You're just going to eat your meal, get full, get satisfied, and then just drink in between. No diet sodas, no soda pop, nothing with sugar in between. Everything has to be something that's sugar free. No milk, nothing like that. You could have water, lemon water, or you could have a tea, a caffeinated tea, even a decaffeinated tea. It doesn't have any sugars or anything in it because you don't want your body to have to do any type of processing of sugar. Okay. So those are the two types of fast. So those are two extra suggestions, bonus suggestions I give you for surviving life and just making that choice to be healthy. Okay. Again, my name is Amira Hinton. I run the nurse-led transformational coaching program. I've been a nurse for over 41 years, and I am also a certified master hypnotist. If there is some way that I can support better, there should be a link somewhere where you can book a time with me, just a short 15 minutes, fill out a questionnaire to see how maybe your health could improve with a brief, no charge, no obligation consultation. Okay. So I'll be coming every week with these tips wherever you saw me at, whether it's Facebook or post on LinkedIn, or you saw me on my Google business page, or you follow me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you. Send me your email about any questions you might have. And you should see another post from me in 1 week about, I'm going to continue this series about surviving the holidays. All right. Thank you so much. A great day. Bye bye.